There's so much money to be made in the stock market. It's not even funny. If you look at any stock, I don't care what the stock is, over time, it has some good days and over time, and there's times when it had its bad days. No stock is exempt from that. So many people, they just expect everything to go well for them in the stock market. And it just don't work out like that. Just when it comes to stock, you got to take your emotions and feelings out of this investing game. So that's a mistake that people make. Just because you don't like somebody or like something don't mean you can't make money from it. Like in this life, stocks go up, stocks come down. Everything loses its value or gains more value over time. And with stocks and houses, over time, we can see that it grows in value, right? Over time, especially a long period of time. Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Uplift Beyond 95 with your boy, Sean Christopher Jenkins. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Uplift Beyond, 95, and make sure to click all so you're notified whenever we upload another video, go live or do whatever here. And then make sure to like this video. Man, if you don't like this video, you're doing me a disservice. We're also on Facebook. Uplift Beyond 95 is on Facebook, and we're on TikTok as well, Uplift Beyond 95. But let's get to it. All right, so in the previous video, I asked you guys, a few questions, but the main question of the video was this. I was asking you guys, does life always go the way that you want it to go, right? And not just that, like, do things always pan out for you? Okay. And then does every single one of your hopes and dreams always come true? So you already know, if you've been around a long time, lived a long time, that's just not the way life works. Sometimes, things work out well for you and sometimes they don't. And so my whole point of asking these questions and sparking this conversation, this dialogue is this. It's the same thing in the stock market. So if you're invested in anything, I don't care if you have a house, I don't care if you're in the crypto market, I don't care if you're in the forex market, I don't care how you're trying to make money. In some kind of way, as in some kind of time in your investment journey, you will lose money. It comes with the territory. In life, you win sometimes, but you know what else? You lose sometimes too. In life, you receive a victory sometimes. But if we're being honest, because we're sinners, because we live in a world saturated and filled with sin, because our desires in our heart, if we're being honest with ourselves, not every single desire, not every single thought, not every single word that comes out of our mouths that's inside of us is pure, right? So this is the type of world we live in, man. So in saying that, like, why do you expect to make a lot of money on stock? So I showed you guys in the previous video my stock portfolio, and I want to go back to it. So so many people, like I was saying, like they just expect everything to go well for them in the stock market, and it just don't work out like that. So I don't know when you guys are going to be seeing this video, but I'm gonna always show you guys, my portfolio performance. But this was my portfolio performance on Tuesday, June 24, 2026. And if you watch the rest of my videos here on Uplift Beyond 95 with Sean Christopher Jenkins, you see that we were at 100,000. We were at 101,000, 103,000. Then we were at 98,000. Then we were at 94,000. Now we're at 92,000. And we were at 87,000. I don't know if y'all remember that. So like in the stock market game, there's plenty of ebbs and flows that you will go through in this stock market game. Right? It comes with the territory. I started off the video, does things always work out for you? Do things always go well for you? The answer is a heck to the no. Life is filled with ups and downs, right? It's a part of life. It's ingrained in our world order. It's just how the world order, how God constructed things to go right now in this time, right? So it comes with the territory of life. And the same thing goes in the stock market, with house prices, everything loses its value or gains more value over time, right? And with stocks and houses, like over time, we can see that it grows in value, right? Over time, especially a long period of time. What did Warren Buffett say in the previous video that I said? Time in the market beats time in the market. That's what he's talking about. Like if you look at the S&P 500, if you look, I'm gonna pull it up. If you look at the S&P 500, or if you look at any top stock that's been around for a long time, you're gonna see that it has always gone up in its trajectory throughout time since it's existed. But this is only the greatest companies in the world, okay? So we got the S&P 500. So as an investor, this is your goal. You want to beat the S&P 500 every single year, right? That's how you know you're investing right. See, Dave Ramsey even said that with mutual funds. Like no matter what mutual fund you pick, you need to make sure that you're beating the S&P 500 with each mutual fund that you have. And if you're not, you're failing, right? Because I'm gonna talk about it. I don't believe in mutual funds, and this is an index fund. I think S&P 500. So like with the way these funds work, they have thousands of stocks in them, hundreds of stocks in them, right? And you will only know about 10 of them. You wouldn't be able to name the rest of them. So I don't like investing in things I don't understand. That's why I don't like mutual funds or index funds. But that's just me. I'm not saying you can't make no money off of it. Just like Dave Ramsey said, you can't make no money off of stocks. Like I don't talk about things I'm ignorant about, right? That I don't do. I just know from stocks you can make a lot of money. And this is what I'm trying to convey to you. Like if you look at the S&P 500, it says it's been around since 1996 right here. And look at it. It started off at $748, right? Starting off right. And then now look at it. It's at $7,365. And let's just do some stocks that you guys are probably interested in invested in. Apple, all the politicians in the world, all the rich people in the world, they invest in this. I don't know why, but hey, if they're investing in it, you might as well do it too. Like Apple, well, I mean, but that's I wouldn't invest in it right now. Like, but anyways, I'll wait till it like go to if you see Apple dip, go ahead and buy it. But yeah, Apple came in the market in 1986, right? And it started off at 16 cents. And now look at it. Over time, look, it's $294, but you see how it's gone up in value? Same thing for Amazon. Amazon, today is $234, right? But remember, these stocks did stock splits. So they used to be $1,000, $1,500 a share. And because it was so successful and so high in value, they wanted the average investor to be able to invest in it. So instead of paying $1,500 for a share, they did a stock split. So that means that, for one share that was $1,500, they split it to be 10 shares now. So instead of having one share, you have 10 shares at $100. That's way better because that means if you had to sell out of the stock, instead of selling that one share for $1,500, you could sell two shares for $1,500 when the stock goes up, because it will go up. Like that's why they do stock splits, because they know that they're going to continue to make money. It's a lot with it. But anyways, look at Amazon stock. It grew over time. You look at any stock that's the greatest stocks ever, like Nvidia is a great stock too. Look at this. It came in the market in 1999. It says it came in at 4 cents or something. Look at that. In 1999, it was struggling. It was struggling. And then look at it. $200 a share. Are you kidding me? But that did a stock split too. We know, because it was at like $1,400 in like 2021 or something, maybe before. And then they did a stock split and it went to $100. I think 2023. I'm pretty sure 2022 is around there. But anyways, yeah, that's the game, guys. Like when it comes to investing, right? You want to find stocks that are going to go up in value, because what I'm going to just teach y'all the game. Okay. So this title for today's video is talking about like mistakes that beginning stock investors make. And one of the biggest mistakes too that they make is just not knowing. I said they don't know what they own, but I'm going to go further with that. They don't know the value of companies. So that's why they get in and out of stocks, because they don't know the value of companies, right? So what makes money valuable? People say that, you need money to pay for everything. So people have made money valuable. Back in the day, what was valuable? What did we use for currency? What did we use to pay people, when it came to get and obtain things? We should trade things, right? We should trade chickens and pigeons and cows and, mules. Like, Gold, we should trade gold if we had gold, silver, you know what I'm saying? Like we traded any and everything, but now we got dollars. We ain't always have dollars, bills, right? So it wasn't always valuable. And now something else is valuable. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, Ethereum, different altcoins. Like that's valuable now. But is it gold? You know what I'm saying? So what makes something valuable? It's based on whatever you think is valuable, right? But no, you should go further than that. So that's how you don't invest. That's a mistake that people make. Just because you think something's valuable doesn't mean it's valuable. Don't mean it's going to go up over time. Doesn't mean it's going to stand the time and trials and tribulations of life, the ebbs and flows, and it's going to go up continually over time. Like, so that's how some people invest, based on their opinion, what they think. You got to go past that. So it's based on what the economy, what the market, what the world, like where it's going to. Like, is this company going to continually build so much so that everybody in the world is going to believe in them so much that it's just going to keep on rising in value? And I want to say, like, it's not even recognition, but it's like, yeah, recognition too, but like they're growing in every single way. You know what I'm trying to say? So recognition, um ben- they're benefiting the community, like they're beneficial, like, they're you see what I'm trying to pull out a word. I just don't know what I'm looking for, certain words, but they're helping the community in multiple ways. They're a huge asset to the community, to the technology world, to EVs, the future, your SpaceX, like. So like these companies are continually building towards, like, being relevant. That's the word I'm looking for. They're relevant for today's time, right? Like a lot of businesses go out of business over time. So those aren't the stocks that you want to go with. You want to go with the stocks that really are ha- gonna it's not just that they're going to be around in the next 5 years, 10 years. Like, no, you're looking for the monopolies that are, even if their business became irrelevant, you could say, like obsolete, like, they're buying up so many other businesses that they're still relevant because they're still doing things and incorporating what they do with the other companies, or allowing the other companies to, like, basically affect and influence them so much that their products become ingrained with who they are. You see what I'm saying? So those are the type of stocks that you're looking for. But that's beside the point. I'm giving y'all too much game right now. But like, let's go back to what I'm trying to say. All right. So, in this life, stocks go up, stocks come down. Like, if I just showed you guys the charts, I'm gonna show you guys my favorite one. I'm always gonna reference it because it's my favorite stock of all time, and it's called Palantir. All right, but I'm trying to find a chart that's really good to show you guys with it. But if you look at any stock, I don't care what the stock is, over time, it has some good days, and over time, and there's times when it had its bad days, and no stock is exempt from that. So, SpaceX just came in the market. I mentioned it. I don't want you guys to think like that's a stock to go with right now. Like, that's a stock I want to rock with, and I want it to be one of my uh, my biggest held positions in my portfolio eventually. But as of right now, it's just not a good time to get in on it because, like I said in the previous video, when stocks come in the market, come into the stock market, like they shoot up high and then they fall so quick. And you don't invest in stocks when nobody knows about it, like, and it's so many unknowns about it. Like, you wait until it's proven, and it showed like that it's a thriving, successful business, not just with its name alone, right? And who the CEO is. It has to be way more factors that, like, pull you in, not just you, but gravitate the world to that company, to basically keep it running, right? Because at the end of the day, it's a business, it's a company. People have to want to do business with them. People have to see a need to rock with them. And that's how simple stocks are. You're investing in a business, in a company. So, you know how to invest in people, right? Like you ain't gonna just go with a poor person that lies all the time, that's in millions of dollars in debt. Like you're not gonna marry them. You're not gonna want to do business with them. You can't trust them. It's the same thing with stocks. Like you're finding things that, um, yeah, that really are so valuable, trustworthy. Like, companies that, you know, you can bet the farm on. Because at the end of the day, like, are you betting? Like, that's a debate. It's just, is investing your money a betting? But it can be if you don't know what you're doing. But it's not a bet if you know what you're invested in and what you're putting your money towards and who you're doing business with. Because at the end of the day, that's how you gotta look at doing stocks. So yeah, these are some of the biggest mistakes that beginner investors make, like when it comes to companies, like, you know, getting in and out of stocks. Like that's what I'm trying to paint the picture on for today's video. So let me show Palantir. I don't really like this chart, but it's the only thing I got right now. Like just doing it real quick. Like my favorite stock of all time is called Palantir. Here it is. All right, I've been telling you guys I made I bought it right here. Like when it first came in the stock market, I heard about it, and look, it says that it started off in it was 2020, yeah, September 2020. It came in the market. It said its high was $11, but I remember going to $35, $45 right here. It went to $45, right? And look, it went to $45 in January of 2021. It came in the market September 2020. So just like SpaceX is gonna do the same thing. Any stock that comes in the market at the beginning, this is what it looks like. It starts off at a place, but then it skyrockets. But as soon as it skyrockets, if something happens, COVID, right? It starts to go down, right? And that's what happened with Palantir. It just kept on going down and going down. And so I just remember it being at $5.88, and that's the lowest it was, but it was fluctuating between $7 and $4, like a lot, and just staying there. And that's when I was buying up all 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, like every paycheck. I was just buying into this stock. And why? Like, first of all, it has a CEO, Alice Karp. Like, look him up. He ain't no different than Steve Jobs. That's something else you're looking for in a company that you're gonna invest your hard-earned money into. Like, does the CEO, you know, are they relevant? Do they make noise, make a dent? Like kind of like Elon Musk, but in a good way, like not in a controversial way where people hate you and then your stock plummets because people don't want to support you. Like that's not a company you want. You want somebody that's neutral, like that only gravitates people towards them. Right? So these are some stuff you're looking for. So that's why like SpaceX is kind of dangerous to go at right now because you don't know how it's going to do with Elon. Like sadly, like Tesla was thriving and doing great before Elon started opening his mouth about politics. And now look at it. So I'm gonna talk about that some more. But yeah, that's some mistakes that people beginning investors make. They put their feelings into the game. This is a game. This is Monopoly. Like, it's a system. It's it's been institutionalized, this stock market game. And there's a way to play it. You can't play it the way that you want to play it, the way you think it works. Like, no, you gotta play it the way the greatest investors play it. Like, so you buy and hold and keep, great companies, shares of great companies. Keep your money stored in things that are going up in value over time, right? You don't go in and out of stock. So my whole point of saying that earlier, does life always go the way that you want? No. So stocks, like, you got to take your feelings, your emotions, how you think, like all that stuff, your biases, prejudice, take that out. Like I said, like politics, I don't give a dang what you believe. Shoot, I'm gonna be honest, this is controversial. I don't care if you're racist. I don't care what you do. Like, to any, like if I can make money from it and I know I can make money from it, I'm gonna invest in it. And then I'm gonna be like Peter Pan and help out my people or whoever needs to be helped in the process. But if I can make money from it, I'm gonna do it, right? But that's just when it comes to stocks, right? You gotta take your emotions and feelings out of this investing game, right? So that's a mistake that people make. Just because you don't like somebody or like something don't mean you can't make money from it. Like there's so much money to be made in the stock market, it's not even funny. Like if I put all my hard-earned money or just money I got from like lunch money I got from my parents when I was a kid, like if I just put all the money I've ever gotten into the stock market since I was a kid, bro, come on. Like I asked you guys in previous videos, like how much money has ever touched your hands? Like how much money have you ever had? And why don't you still have it? Because you didn't put it in the right places. You didn't store it in the right places. You put it in a freaking bank account and it stayed the same value, the same price. It may have went up because you keep on putting money into that bank account. But as soon as you need that kind of money, $10,000 for a car, $20,000 for a car, like, you lose it because it didn't go up in value. So this is why you invest in stocks. Freaking Palantir, you think Palantir is going to stay at $116? You think it's going to go to 50? You better hope it go to 50. You better hope it goes back to $5 because when it does, that's when you sell your house and you put your money in the Palantir. Because I'm going to tell you something. It was the highest it's been is $210 or something, $200. This is my favorite stock of all time. You think it's going to stay at $210? No, it's going to be the Mag 7. Like just that business alone. Like I told you, you want to find a company, a business that is relevant. Like nobody does what Palantir does. Look it up. Like they do stuff with data. What company does anything with data? They had data analysts, but no. Like Palantir is the type of company. I'll tell you what one of my church members said at Scott Miami. He in one of his companies that he worked for partnered with Palantir, and this is what Palantir does. Okay, this type of company you want to find. All right, so Palantir, long story short, can get into any kind of cameras around the world. I think, right? So they have assets and they have satellites in the sky, multiple satellites in a solar system in the sky, right? And they could, on the Earth, what I'm trying to say, in space. So they have satellites, right? Multiple, and they can detect where people are, how people move, predict how they move, what they will do, how they think. So when it comes to war, that's Palantir is relevant. So obviously, the militaries will all partner with Palantir just from that standpoint alone. What the church member I was referencing, he said that Palantir was helping them find homeless people that have been lost for 15, 20 years and nobody knew where they were, and they could pick them up and find out where they were because they had access to satellites, right? But I think they had access to the cameras around the world too. So they could pick up on algorithms, right? They have an algorithm to detect how people move. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. What company does that? Name one company that does what Palantir does. And when they came in the market, everybody was already working with them. I think they've been around since the 80s. See, that's something else too. You want to find a company that's been around, because Dave Ramsey even said that. Find a mutual fund that's been around for like 10 years. Don't find a new one because they ain't proven. See, SpaceX ain't proven. So don't invest in SpaceX. I invested in Palantir in 2020, 2021 when they first came in the market because it's been around since the 80s. It just now came into the stock market. Like, obviously, it's gonna come on, just from what I said, and let's innovate that. Like, what happens when the regular person, the commercial, like what's going to be the commercial item that they're going to sell to the regular person, the regular American? What is that going to be? I hope it's the police. I should not say this because it should be patent. Like I should get credit for this, but I would love to know where the police are. Like instead of having on our GPS system, I would like to have a GPS system that could tell us where the police are. Like, just so I, as a black man, can just, tread lightly, right? Or just protect myself, right? Because who knows, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's something Palantir could do because they're already doing stuff like that. So, and that's just future thinking. Like, what else can Palantir do with data? Like, what is Facebook? What is Amazon? What is these banks and hospitals that's losing data on you from hackers and then have to apologize and pay lawsuits from having people steal their data about you, their customers, patients, and stuff like that? Like, what is Palantir going to do about that? I know they can do something about that. So you see what I'm saying? That's the type of businesses you're looking for. It has to be touching something and touching things that nobody else is really touching. And if they are, like, they're head over heels above them. You want the number one companies in the fields of what they're doing. So, all right, that's today's video. You guys get it. But that's the big mistake that investors make. Like, I gave you guys a lot of mistakes, but I'm gonna just title it "All the Mistakes That New Investors Make." Let's just change the title. But biggest mistake is not knowing what you own and then selling in and out of your stock. When you have a company like Palantir, just stick with it. Like, I sold out of it, and I'm happy I did, because I don't think it's gonna do it. See, it's different reasons why you sell out. I don't think it's gonna do anything for a few years because it needs to settle. It shot up too quick. So now everybody got to figure out, like, was it real? And then once it shows that it's real and proves itself, that's when you know to go back in on it. But you just wait until everybody starts down it. So I'm tempted to buy it at 116. Like, God, this is great. It goes lower than that. Oh yeah, I'm taking out all my money and whatever I can and putting it in my baby Palantir. That's just one example, right? So if you like today's video, you know what to do, man. Please do it. Like the video. Please click the like button wherever you're watching from. Like and leave a comment. You got any questions? Go ahead and ask me, and I'll do a video on the questions that you ask. And then please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe, and then click the bell so you're notified anytime I upload another video. And you never miss anything that I'm doing on here. And then also we're on Facebook as well. Uplift Beyond 9 to 5. You see all the same videos on here. If you prefer to watch them on Facebook, please like, comment, follow this page, and make sure to be notified. Turn on the post notification for that. And then we're on TikTok, Uplift Beyond 9 to 5. And then also, here goes my social media platforms, best social media platforms in the world. And so, as you can see, my other YouTube channel is Uplift past Crossroads. So if you want to watch my ministerial page and see my sermons and Bible studies and stuff like that, you can go to that. So, all right. But thanks so much for tuning in. Please click the like button again. If you don't click the like button, man, you're hurting me. Don't hurt me, please. Please help me. Benefit me. That's the only thing I ask for. Hit the like button. All right. I'm going to keep on hitting you guys with all the gems and knowledge about how to invest in stocks. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.